Today, the moon is in Aquarius, an air sign that gets us to shift to higher levels of thinking outside the box, some higher levels of consciousness. So we're building as the moon goes on its journey from where it began in Virgo with this particular moon cycle and goes through the signs. Over the weekend, it was in Capricorn until later on Sunday when it went into Aquarius. And the energy of Aquarius and that Aquarian moon brings us into that bigger picture perspective. So we're getting a little bit more perspective. We're getting an opportunity to shift our thinking, to have new ideas occur to us. And that is the energy of Aquarius is like opening the window, bringing in fresh breeze, a breath of fresh air, an opportunity to see things differently. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, September 25th. The moon is waxing. It is getting bigger each night. We had the first quarter moon last Friday as it completed its journey through Sagittarius. And that is helping us work through the energy of this moon cycle that is focused on improvement and humility, right? Being of service, being on the path of service. And so that Virgo energy kind of casts a qualitative theme to the whole moon cycle. And as the moon is growing or getting bigger each night, we call it waxing, we are building. So we're trying things out. We're moving forward. We're implementing. We're rolling things out. We're on that path of being proactive, active in the world, form building, creative. And then as we get to the full moon later this week, will be early Friday morning, depends on your time zone, but very early for the West Coast where I'm at. So that's what we're building to, right? That energy of that full moon will be the energy of the culmination of this moon cycle. And then after that, we'll be processing, digesting, and integrating what was revealed at the full moon. So we're still in that phase where we're building, we're creating, we're discovering, we're implementing. And as the moon goes from Capricorn, where we focused on foundations and systems and getting organized and coming from that place of a deeper sense of self-trust that I was talking about and sharing about on Saturday, the 23rd. Now we go into, okay, you know, we get the plan in place, we focus on foundations, and now we want to shift our thinking, right? Break free of the limitations of the plan that we've created. So in many ways, whatever we've put in place is there to be shaken up, right? We want to have those breakthroughs. So with today's moon in Aquarius, we get a little bit more perspective. We get that breath of fresh air, that new way of thinking about something. So the way that you want to think about cultivating that or inviting that in is by creating space. Once we have the foundation in place, following the energy of Capricorn, we want to open our minds. And that means getting rid of the clutter that hangs out in your mind. And that means whatever habitual thoughts you have, right? So if you notice, if you can pay attention, you can notice, you know, hey, when that comes up, I always kind of go through this sequence of thoughts, or maybe I spiral into this negative thinking, just interrupting that process, or at least noticing that it's going on, because that's the beginning of interrupting it, is to notice that it's happening in the first place. So notice your thinking. Do you have judgments of yourself? Do you have expectations or assumptions that are guiding unconsciously what you expect to see, what you expect to happen, what you view as possible or likely. You know, are you putting some of those Capricornian limitations on yourself by saying, you know, well, this is the way it's always been, so that's probably the way it's going to be now, or this is what I'm capable of because this is the set of beliefs I have about what I'm capable of, right? Breaking free of those limitations by bringing in new thinking. So shaking up your thinking that can help you see things from a fresh perspective. So what are the ways that you are learning and growing so that you can be more effective, more of service, more useful, more helpful, right? That path of service and embodying that path of service. So how have you not been able to get out of your own limited thinking? And that this Aquarius moon for today is the perfect time to question your own thinking, shake things up, ask where you can try things a little bit differently, step into new ways of thinking, or even just opening the door by saying, you know what, maybe I thought that before, but I'm just gonna let go of that thought. And having an open mind is ready for new ideas. So that's what I love about staring out the window, or, you know, those creative thoughts, those moments of inspiration that happen when you're in the shower. Why do those happen when you're in the shower? It's because you're not distracted by old ways of thinking. So clearing your mind, emptying your mind, having an open mind, all of those are great ways to invite in the breakthroughs, the inspirations, and the new possibilities that might occur to you that you couldn't see before. So all of this is going to support the evolving process of understanding how you can more fully embody that path of service, how you can be in the place of humility that allows you to see what can be improved upon, right? Maybe there are some, right? We tend to think that we're the ones getting in our own way, like not being myself is what's going to be the most helpful, right? Or I need to stop trying to do the things that I do that sabotage me. What I'm trying to say is that like I was sharing yesterday, and you should definitely watch yesterday's video if you missed it. That was the one for Sunday, September 24th, sorry. And so definitely, like, what we want to be is full of who we really are and not full of who we think we should be based on what the world tells us we should be and how we have internalized those messages, right? If it's like messages about, you know, what the external expectation of beauty is, right? And then you measure yourself against that, or you think I have to look like the models in the magazine, things like that. Like, that's not being full of who you are. That's being full of who you think you should be because society is saying that, right? So instead, be happy, right? And let that be the radiance, the beauty that shines through. Let that be your way of being beautiful, and how that way of being beautiful can be of service, helpful, useful, right? Help to make the world a better place through you accepting yourself, not just accepting yourself, but loving who you are, letting yourself really be full of your truth, your uniqueness, your aliveness. And so that's what I was talking about yesterday, and what we're really thinking about as we head into Friday's full moon in Aries, and that ability to boldly and courageously be who we are. So in the process here on this journey, today is about opening doors to new perspectives, new ways of thinking, new ideas, and shifting our consciousness in ways that might help us be more fully ourselves. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Ormes. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. You can learn more about how to work with me and different ways that you can benefit from this incredible astrological wisdom. So check it out, astrologyheals.com. I'm here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care. And thank you for subscribing. Thanks for your support. I will see you next time. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. All right. See you next time. Bye for now.